Hello, Math 101 students. This is your week 4 overview. There was a request to do a video overview. So this is the week 4 overview for you. It's hard to believe, but we are in June. So week 4, June 2nd through 8th. And if you go in the modules and click on the first item in the module, it's always your overview. So week 4, we're working on chapter 9, simple interest. And we're continuing with simple interest to now look at the simple discount process. The examples in your book cover several pages in section 9.3 and then continue in section 9.4. The language is very similar to what you've already learned about with principal and rate and time in years all being multiplied to equal simple interest. But now the process will be a little different. The face value is the maturity value, M. The discount rate is usually denoted with a D so that we are identifying right in our formula that the process is a discount process. You're welcome to use an R if you prefer to just say, the rate is R, I know what I'm doing. That's fine. And then again, time is expressed out of years. In the discount process, the face value is the maturity value. So to find what the person would walk away with on the day they make a loan if they're borrowing money, we call that the proceeds and can use the letter P for it if you want. I personally prefer to just write the word proceeds so that I don't confuse principal and proceeds by using a P for both of them. You're welcome to do that as well. So the proceeds on the day that you make a loan, the proceeds would be the maturity value minus the discount interest. So in the discount process, we think along the lines of, okay, the number we talk about is the number I pay back at the end. So what I take away the day I borrow money will be less than that. Because whatever I take away, those proceeds, plus the interest, must equal what I pay back at the end. So it's just a slightly different reasoning to how it's discussed and the process of subtracting the interest from what you know you're going to pay at the end to figure out what you get the day that you make the loan. Also keep in mind that treasury bonds and other items are purchased in this way. So if I were to purchase a $100 treasury bill, right, or a $100 discount note, we talk about it as a $100 note, but I would pay less than $100 for it. And at maturity, its value would be $100. In the last part of chapter 9, section 4, you learn the process for discounting a note before maturity. So notes can be bought and sold. So if a company has a note and they need cash at this point in time because of the cash flow of their business, they can sell the note to another company, to a bank, to a private investor. They would sell that debt. And then they have the money in hand because they needed it in hand now. They probably earn some interest, but not as much as if they'd held that note until maturity. So the other person, a bank, an investor company, whatever it is, buys that note. Now they're earning interest for the rest of the time until maturity. But just be careful with that. We call that the discount period. So if you refer to page 353 and the pages afterwards as well, there's a timeline drawn with the examples, drawing these timelines and then working your way through them from when the initial loan or investment is made through to when it's discounted and then through to the end. Thinking along that timeline and walking across that timeline can help you identify what rate to apply and what time to apply to each computation. So in addition to all of the examples in the book. I do also like to point out on page 360, it's a nice, concise summary. It's all on one page. It's a nice table to show you the comparison between what you did at the beginning of chapter 9 and what you probably saw in high school or middle school, that principal times rate times time equals interest. And now compare that to the discount process that might be completely new to you. So page 360 puts it all in one place in one nice, concise table. So it's nice, it's explained in detail with lots of examples in section 9.3, but it goes across several pages, so sometimes you're flipping back and forth. Page 360 is a nice, concise table, so it puts it all in one place for you. So in the modules, a lot of this is here in the module. I will also post a transcript with the video, but here in the modules, your list of what you're doing as well. So in addition to this participation in your MyMathLab system, there's multimedia videos and lessons there. There are several items in the document sharing. And I also included those links in the transcript that will be posted. So there's the chapter 9 example, discount note document. There's a little paper that just explains how the algebra is done to rearrange that formula that you see on page 345. And then there's an additional document with extra examples on discount notes that includes a computation and some discussion on that effective rate. And then the last link I have in the transcript is that calculating dates with the window calculator. So if you're using the Windows calculator, that date feature on it can be very helpful. If you don't like to count the dates out by, how many days are in each month, you can use that Windows calculator. All right, so what else should be done by now? Let me click into our MyMathLab. Actually, I already had it open here. So the MyMathLab chapters 1 through 5 quiz, that prerequisite skills in banking, was assigned for week 3, and we're at the end of week 3, start of week 4 now. So you should have at least done the first attempt. You have 2 attempts. So after the first attempt, you can click on the MyMathLab gradebook, and that link is on the left here where it says gradebook, come here to review a quiz. And when you click into your MyMathLab gradebook, you will be able to click on the little link that says review and click through your quiz. So you just want to click through and see what's incorrect and how to do it correctly. Keep in mind that the quiz, when you're in review mode, it will always show the correct answer. So if there's a little red corner on something, then that means you got it incorrect. And you just click on it or hover your mouse over it for it to show you what you answered. There is a help me solve feature, so you can click through step-by-step solutions and learn and practice. And then you get to give the quiz a second try for a better grade. So the week 4 lessons and finishing up with the first quiz are what you should be working on in MyMathLab for week 4. If you have any questions or need anything reopened for you as far as MyMathLab goes, please send me an inbox message. If you need any help navigating anything in here, please let me know or meet with a Walker Center tutor. They can all help with that as well. All right, so my last reminder is that the week 3 discussion is open through week 4. So you want to review that and add interaction posts or add any questions if you're stuck on anything, and continue with your contributions for the week 4 discussion as well with posting your 2 practice problems. If you have any questions on those, please just send me an inbox message. And again, this is your overview then for week 4 and modules and week 4. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you this week.